Alright, let's get this over with.
Welcome back to Tales of Symphonia.
Let's get this over with.
We're gonna finish this entire dungeon in this part because it's actually I hyped it up as being like the hardest dungeon in the game. It's really not that hard.
By the way, I drank an entire 24 pack of soda during the background of this.
Now I remember what you did during your run of this. This was the Forest of Water Boys for you.
Yeah, it was. I remember I spliced that entire movie in different parts of this piece of shit dungeon.
Bobby Boucher coming out of nowhere to just body slam every single tree in this forest.
And you.
So anyway, we mentioned this at the end of the last part, but it's been a
Fuck
while.
this place.
So
Hate it.
the whole gimmick of this dungeon is we need to get one piece of Ymir Fruit.
Fuck this place.
The only reason why this is hard is because of this fucker.
Eat the fish. Grab it out of the ocean. Eat its innards.
Or just, you know, you got like two very easy ways to get that fruit.
Eat the fish.
You can either have Colette, who knows how to fly and has been shown to be able to fly up to places in map areas. Card key.
Or hell, just make Zealous do it.
Or you have Sheena summon Undine and have Undine take the thing.
No, better idea. Just make Zealous do it. He can fly. He has all the
That's
all the chosen powers, even though he's never been shown to use them. He can do them just fine.
Anyway, you have to summon these boars, and then you have the boars ram into the boulder.
And I'm pretty sure the animals die from hitting the boulder.
Yeah, that's a really small boar. There should at least be blood splatter on that boulder right now. The boar itself will probably be okay.
Nope, nope, don't worry. There's no blood in this game. Yet.
Ever. Even though we've seen people get stabbed.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay.
Several times,
it's okay.
actually.
They're sent to another dimension.
They faded out of... well, they do fade out of existence, so...
No, I didn't say it's okay. It's okay. They just faded. See, they're sent into another dimension.
Fine.
They're sent to the Hall of Infinite Losers.
I thought you hated that dub.
I was wondering if you catch on.
Well, I knew what you were talking about from the start. I'm just surprised you kept referencing more and more of it. So anyway, if you hit this tree, you get a blue seed,
Yoink.
which we need in order to progress further into this dungeon.
And I'm
We
gonna
need to
get
a blue
drunk off
seed,
Sprite.
and we need to get a white seed in order to do a few more things in this dungeon.
And I'm gonna get drunk off Sprite.
You're gonna be drinking the whole 20 minutes of this part?
I'm gonna try.
Lionel, save your dad from giving himself alcohol poisoning.
How do you get alcohol poisoning from drinking Sprite?
Oh, you said Sprite. I thought you were drinking. I thought you said you got beer.
I'll get beer if I run out.
Hey, it's only a problem when I run out.
We don't like to talk about it.
God, Android 13 Abridged is still probably my favorite movie dub they did. Oh, anyway, whenever you get a new seed, you have to come back to this area to plant it, and then it makes other flowers bloom at other parts of the forest somehow. And every time you get a new flower, it gives you more things you can do in the dungeon itself.
I'm so bored on this. I'm already looking up stupid shit on Google.
It's only been 4 minutes. God damn,
I
man.
hate this place.
At least the music is beautiful. I love this track.
But this whole dungeon puts me to sleep.
Well,
I fucking
this whole
hate this
dungeon
place.
is also a reference to the exact same dungeon that was in Tales of Fantasia, music and everything.
Yeah, it sucked there too.
How would you know? You never played Fantasia.
I saw it.
Watching it and playing it are two completely different things.
I'm pretty sure it sucked there too.
The only major thing I remember about it is that you couldn't have Archie on your team because she was a half-elf, and you know, elves don't like half-elves because, you know, racism. Racism was still a thing in Fantasia, and that game was released in like '95. And by released, I mean in Japan. America didn't get Tales of Fantasia until the GBA version, like 7 years later. And that version sucks, by the way.
No, which one were you talking about again?
The Game Boy Advance version of Fantasia.
Oh, yeah, that sucked.
I mean, I think we technically didn't. Well, we did get the PlayStation 1 version, but it's Namco, and they never advertised any of their shit. So very few people knew that there was a PS1 version of Fantasia.
By the way, I liked how that fish shrunk when trying to slap something. It's like even the it's like even that thing doesn't. It's like even I don't know what my weight is, so I'm just gonna make shit up.
Apparently fish that are barely the size of your finger are strong enough to push lily pads that have treasure boxes on them.
Man, whatever's in that treasure box must be light as shit.
Well, you say that, and it actually has a white seed in it.
Well, no wonder. Well, no wonder. That's light as shit.
And we need that white seed in order to get to the next part of this dungeon.
I think some of the funniest moments is when you get useless shit in treasure chests. Like you get a gigantic chest where there's like a gift. You can look inside. There's like a little gift card in it.
Or it's just a whole bunch of stuff you use for crafting, which you never use anyway.
or better yet, you open it up and it's just gels.
Hey, gels are at least useful, either for money or for actual healing use.
I think in the continuity of the Tales series, it's just candy.
Yeah.
These people live off candy.
They have a whole skit based on that in Vesperia.
Yes, they do.
Where everyone that's over the age of 18 is just like, gels are kind of boring, and then Rita and Carol are just like, man, this stuff's really good.
I think there is actually a scene in the OVA of Vesperia where Yuri just has a giant bag of gels. He just carries them like the Dragon Ball team carries sensu beans.
Well, I don't remember how old Yuri is supposed to be at that point. He's probably only about like 18, 19, because I think First Strike is supposed to be a year before the game officially takes place or something like that.
Fast-growing seed, by the way.
I know. Well, it's magic. These are also the seemingly most useless seeds. But the white flowers, we need the white flowers in order to go to different sections of this dungeon.
This just reminds me of the episode of Cursed Cowardly Dog where Eustace had to have a green thumb, or he can't have a house. It's like I am
for
a
those of you wondering why
I'm a farmer. Fuck you, fuck you, stupid face.
For those of you wondering, there is an EX skill that I have equipped that makes it so if you can run past enemies a little easier on the map.
It's funny you mention that because
completely avoid battles. Case in point right here, because I could not even see where that thing was because the damn tree was blocking it.
It's funny you bring that up because Tina has that skill by default.
Like that?
Does she?
Yeah.
I thought it was just an EX skill.
No, she has that by default. Like she can skip some battles. It's not at a constant rate, but she can do that.
Well, that makes sense. She's a ninja. She should be able to sneak past them. Here's your power thrust. You happy?
Yes. Yeah, keep doing it. Do it with the demon variant, and you get a stronger version.
All right.
You mean demonic thrust?
Yes. Like I said, stronger version.
Well, I think you get power thrust regardless of which version of Sonic Thrust you use.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Have Sheena learn Demon Seal and use that, and they'll use Demonic Thrust.
Oh, okay. I think she already has Demon Seal. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that Demon Seal gave you a different art.
Yeah, it does. It lets you do Demon Thrust.
Okay.
It's basically Power Thrust, just stronger.
To be fair, I don't remember half of the freaking EX combinations.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not using Sheena, it's that I literally don't know all the combinations.
I don't
off the top
I
of my
don't
head.
either, honestly. I just know that one because that's the one I use the most.
I should know them because I have the fucking player's guide. But I don't look up EX skill. I don't look up compound EX skills because they don't really matter that much
They
overall.
really don't. I mean, I think there's one compound one where all of Lloyd's attacks just become explosions for no reason.
Something like
It's
that.
like that's it. I'm like that's dumb as shit.
Speaking of dumb as shit, how the hell is that hawk carrying me all the way across this damn forest?
Don't disrespect the hawk. I thought the hawk will eat you.
This is like Monty Python's Holy Grail levels of what the fuckery.
No, it's
A
not.
swallow carrying a coconut. A 5-ounce bird cannot carry a 200-pound boy. Well, he'll try. It could grip him by the half. It's not a question of where he grips him. It's a simple question of weight ratio. Also on the fact that it's not even just carrying Lloyd. It's carrying Lloyd and 6 other people
It learned fly.
at the same time.
It learned fly very early on in its life.
And then Pidgey's just staring at it like, you motherfucker.
No, Red's staring at it because he's trying to make Scyther learn fly and he can't.
You're giving Red too little credit. He's actually smart.
Yeah, but it's based on the comics. Based on his comics, like, all right, Scyther, let's fly.
Even comic book Red is at least smarter than
No,
Ash.
no, you're not listening. I'm saying it's based on a fan comic.
Oh, I only heard manga, so my bad.
I didn't even
I
say
didn't know
the
there
word
was a fan
manga.
manga for him.
I didn't even say the word.
I didn't know there was a fan comic. I thought it was just the official manga.
And it's like, hey, all right, Scyther, let's fly. Scyther cannot learn fly. Looks up. Gary's standing on a Spearow in the air.
Nice.
He's like, you motherfucker.
Nice. Okay, so the one thing that might trip you up is seeing that you can climb up that one branch there
because
it kind of blends in with the background.
Surprise, bitch.
Speaking of blending in, yeah, you're gonna run into a lot of boars.
It's almost like you have to eat them. Where'd all the boars go? I ate them. I ate their livers with some fava beans.
Also, as I mentioned before, there are butterflies that tell you which specific flower you should be going towards. Also, for some reason, I don't know why, but this one flower is being really goddamn finicky for summoning that stupid eagle.
You have to be a little closer, I believe.
And then I realized, oh, it's because I'm not technically on that branch. Oops. Perspective's a bitch sometimes, am I bad?
And the hawk picks your eyes out.
I'm sorry, I'll pick the Black Eagles when I play Fire Emblem, I promise.
You fucking better.
But Lloyd, I thought you were going for blue. Shut up!
No, Lloyd wanted deer.
No, that would be Colette that wants to go deer.
Of course, he picks the one that dabs.
Lloyd would want blue lions because he's got loyalty. Sheena would probably want black eagles because
Because she's
reasons, I
she's
guess.
smarter than everyone else here. Like, fuck this.
For the record, neither of us have actually played Three Houses yet.
No, wait, I take that back. Everybody picks Three Houses but Lloyd. Everybody picks Black Eagles but him.
But Lloyd, it's like, no, everyone picks Black Eagles. Lloyd's still playing Fire Emblem Echoes. Like,
Wrong game.
Lloyd, that game came out a year ago. I know, I only just started.
You stupid fuck! What are you doing all the whole time? What do you mean
Also-
what do you mean you've been playing Sacred Stones? You stupid shit.
Also, running gag of everyone assuming that Lloyd said meant something completely different than what he said. All he mentioned was all he asked was like, I wonder what the Ymir Fruit possibly tastes like, and everyone jumps on his ass going, don't you dare fucking eat that damn fruit, we fucking need it.
There's more than one.
It magically grows back anytime you fuck up.
There's more than one. Get off my ass. Look, even he's like, fuck this place. I want out. I want to get out.
No, this was me This was me forgetting exactly what part of the map I'm on. Because as much as I've beaten this dungeon a lot, I will admit that
this dungeon sucks.
Every single screen kind of looks the same.
Like, I like this game, and even I'll admit this dungeon sucks.
It does. This dungeon does kind of suck. I'm not going to deny it.
Kinda.
It's a lot easy. It's not as hard as people make it out to be. I'll say that much.
It's not that it's hard. It's just frustrating.
Yeah. Once you find out that the butterflies show up at the spot that the game's expecting you to be in, it cuts like a whole 10 minutes of backtracking out because you know exactly where you're supposed to go. That is assuming you find the spot you're supposed to go in the first place.
Then you find the spot behind a tree. It's like, you bitch!
No, I know where I'm supposed to go next. I'm just trying to find the spot where I have to go.
Just stab the fish. I swear the fish isn't poisonous. Just stab the fish.
There it is. See, you needed to hit that tree to knock that crate over. You needed to use the hawk to fly up to that tree to knock that crate over. And here's the part of the dungeon that fucking sucks because it makes no sense. There's the Ymir Fruit.
You're just staring at it because you're like, oh god, I remember this now.
I do. It's like, see, even Lloyd's just like, let's just reach in and take it. Bullshit. You can't reach it.
There are dangerous looking fish in the water, he says, as there's nothing there.
There's dangerous looking fish. Let's get the other fish that are in there to help us. Or you could do one of like 4 different things. 1, sensible thing, just reach over and fish it out. 2, have Colette fly in there and pick it up, which she has done before. 3, have Sheena...
Make Zelos do it.
3, have Sheena summon anyone to pick that thing up.
It's like, you lazy fuck.
So now the true gimmick of this dungeon starts up. You need to use the boars to knock the bugs into the water, which distract the giant fish, so they can use smaller fish to move the fruit around. This dungeon's tedious as fuck.
Hey Lionel, you think this dungeon's tedious?
Like right there, you could just have reached right over and picked that friggin' fruit up as the fish was moving it towards you.
Or here's a better idea, just kill the fish. Stab the fish, have it for lunch.
Or climb up the tree instead of using a board to knock one fruit out of the tree and take the fruit out yourself.
Throw Zealous into the water, make him get it.
There was like 5 or 6 different ways they could have made this dungeon be 10 minutes shorter than it turns out being. I mentioned this before in the last part. The only positive I have about this dungeon is that it has my favorite dungeon song. It has my favorite song in the entire game in it. I love this track. So this is what dropping the bugs into the ocean, into the water is for. It creates ripples that moves the fruit slightly over to the other direction.
Whoopee.
I distinctly remember this dungeon because when I was playing it with my roommates in college, we spent like 3 hours trying to get this damn fruit because they had no idea what the hell they were doing.
Eventually you're gonna see Big in the corner just fishing for fish, and he grabs the fruit. Wait, we need that! You fucking asshole!
Oh, not Froggy. Throws it right back. You son of a...
Oh, you're not Froggy. Eats the fruit. I'm hungry
You
though.
son of
I'm hungry though.
So you do need to have the fish carry the fruit over to the end. Now is the most annoying section of this dungeon. This is the only part of the dungeon that I hate. You have to have the fish sneak it. You have to tell the fish to move the fruit past this giant fish. There's no way you can distract said fish with another bug. So if you do the timing wrong like I did here...
That's not
Fucking
Monstro.
Monstro.
That's not Monstro.
He may as well be a goddamn whale with how big he is.
Try again.
Let's try that again.
I would have been like, if I had to sit through it, you do too. Not really, but...
Oh, bullshit. You call me out on not editing, and as soon as I do edit, you call me out on editing it.
I literally said, no, I literally said I was kidding.
I know. Now that thing's big enough to be Monstro. Just because he's not a whale doesn't mean he's not a monster.
Stab it. What if we have better things to do to talk about your dad?
And other animals.
Fuck your dad.
This only shows up because I had to go through that entire thing again. So I've been in here I've been in this dungeon for too long, and now they're gonna start complaining that I've been here for too long. They're gonna say that it's because Lloyd's just been messing around with the sorcerer's ring. When it's because I had to backtrack another 10 minutes through this dungeon again because of that stupid fish.
My mom loves can openers. Her mom's girls.
I remember that line. because then Double D's like, technically yes?
Beats me.
How did they not know that?
That's her kids.
No, I can understand Ed not knowing that, but Eddie and Double D are smart enough to know what that is. Especially Double D.
I don't think they care.
Fair enough. Okay, so they have mentioned before that you have to wait for the fish to be oblivious to the other fish.
Timing.
So you have to you have to get the timing right. What you have to do is you have to wait for that fish to be underwater. What happened before was that I had called the other fish just before it had resurfaced. So as it was swimming forward, it was coming out of the water, so it saw him.
What about the other one?
The other one was too far away to care.
It's like, I ain't hungry.
So I literally could have made this part 10 minutes shorter had I just timed that move better. That was completely on me. It had nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the dungeon design. I just mistimed it.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
At least I cut the backtracking
Yeah,
out.
you did.
And now I'm trying to remember exactly how to get over there. Because I thought I had to go all the way around, and then I realized, oh wait, no, there should be a flower point right here.
Yeah, I think at this part I just made Celos do the whole thing.
At this point, I'm just trying to remember if it's the lily pad by the flowers or if it's the farther lily pad over to the left. And I think I'm remembering which way to. I think I'm thinking it's the other one, which is why I'm going around the long way.
Oh, I should mention.
I know I'm in the right spot.
I should mention something.
Yeah.
One thing you could have taken advantage of that you didn't do in your Let's Play. If you level up Regal's map specialty, you get a discount every single store if you talk to store people. Ask him. It's not just his place. It's every store.
Yeah, because he's the president of the only company on the planet. He gives you special discounts whenever he's on screen and you're shopping.
Yeah, it's not just his place. It's every single store. Don't feel bad. I did the same thing.
It's because in the long run it doesn't really save you that much extra money. To be fair.
I'm a greedy fuck.
I mean, you already have more than enough money already, so it's not like you're gonna be short on it anytime
Yeah,
soon.
I paid off Lewin. I had plenty of money.
I could probably pay off Lewin right now if I really wanted to. I just don't feel like it at the moment.
You lazy fuck.
Also, if I had done this run flawlessly when the fruit shows up, Lloyd complains that it took way too long to get the damn fruit.
I would too!
He's like, oh man, that took forever. Even though I technically beat this whole dungeon in 20 minutes, I just screwed up the last one adding. This freaking thing would have been perfect if I didn't mess up that one thing. And oh well. Now I just gotta walk all the way back to that kid and give him his fruit. And there we go. Dungeon's done.
I'm not hungry anymore.
Fuck you. It's actually for his mom, so it doesn't matter.
Mom's not hungry anymore. She wants banana. It's like, you piece of fucking shit.
Also, you get also for getting him the fruit, you get a metal sphere for crafting
Great.
stuff. Which
Great, I got a...
I never use.
Great, I got a
so-
box.
I got a rock.
I got miracle gel. I got a miracle gel. I got a miracle gel.
I got the Ymir Fruit. I got a rock.
Lloyd just hits the rock. Lloyd just hits the rock. It's like, that's a metal sphere. It's a rock. I'll prove it. Smacks it with his forehead. Ow. Well,
Anyway, in the next video, we'll actually go into the Elven Village.
Shit. Looks like Lloyd's gonna be out a while. He'll be back in the next part. You stupid fuck!
I told you this wasn't going to be a very...